The most beautiful thing I have ever seen, and there have been many. I'll tell you, I do know. I went to a temple in Aix-en-Provence, a very ancient temple, and I saw two musicians playing Bach, which is not my favourite composer, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever witnessed. They were playing on primitive instruments, and you were transported back in time. That does stand out, yeah, definitely is. It was a beautiful experience, and I think when I think of something, I want to really think of as beautiful, rather than scenery. Yeah, I think that would be it. You've got cheekbones. Not often, no, I don't feel very often, just occasionally if I overdo it. I sit down and think I don't feel too good, and then I think, oh, maybe I'm just tired. And I'm surprised by that, but yes, it does catch up with me. Not very often.
Compared to your friends?
Well, I've got some friends who are quite active, and but most of them, yeah. They think I've got a lot of energy, but I think I'm lucky that I've got a fairly healthy constitution, but the last time I said that I fell over, so I'm being careful not to boast. I met Cliff when I was working at the Methodist Babies Home, and he was a good photographer. He'd come to take photos of children. Now this is nearly 60 years ago. A lot of children were put into the children's home. Cliff came out and photographed them, and as I was on duty, I had to make him scones and tea. The scones were appalling, they were like bullets, but he still asked me out. That's how we met. When I wanted to start painting was when David was 6 weeks old. That's my fourth child. I had a sick mother-in-law. I was teaching kindergarten, and I just felt there was not one little window of time for me in all the week. And I said to Cliff, I just feel I'd like 1 hour. And he said, no, take more than that. I'll hold the fort if you can find a course that you can go to. You've always wanted to paint. So yes, he did encourage me. He was very good. I think the feature that I love the most in Cliff's painting is his blue eyes, because I loved his blue eyes when I first met him. And I wanted to capture the kindness and the thoughtfulness and just the expressiveness of his eyes, and I think I did it. And you know, if you want to have the subject, you probably know this, if you want to have the subject looking at you all around the room, when you're painting them, you have to engage them, talk to them, and make them look into your eyes. And when they look into your eyes and you paint them, then the eyes follow you around the room. Simple trick. I think when you paint somebody you love, it's an absolute joy. You know that you want to portray them as you see them and as you feel it. And it's quite fascinating, really, because as you're painting them, it's almost like climbing up a hill, because you're trying to achieve the feeling of love that you have for them. And then suddenly they look back at you from the painting and you know you're there, and then it's easy. It's downhill. It's an easy thing to do.